What's going on YouTube? Splitting Wigs here with a video. Today we're going over graphic settings for Warzone. That's right. And if you are having any issues at all, before you get into these graphic settings, jump into my other video where I go over the VRAM settings. If you're having hitches, stuttering, and rubber banding on screen with orange boxes and things like that, I'm going to need you to go and take care of your VRAM settings. So that'll be linked in the description and that'll be linked in the comments. So go take care of that, then come back to this one and this will get you all squared away for Warzone for best performance. But anyway, if you get anything out of this video, only if you like it, please like the video. It helps out the YouTube algorithm a lot. And if you enjoy the content, please subscribe, click that bell to make sure you don't miss anything and you stay up to date. We got a busy year ahead with Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. Those will be combining soon, so I'll be going over all kinds of stuff for that. But let's get into this right now. Jump into options, go into your graphic settings. Get back to the top here. And anyway, display mode, I go full screen. I know some people like to go full screen borderless because it's easier for whenever you're popping in and out of the game and you're trying to look for other things on your PC or have a second screen, but I'm way too much of a sweat for that, and I like going full screen because it does help some performance a little bit. Anyway, I have a 144 hertz monitor, so I'll go through when I'm going through these. If you have a little bit lower refresh rate or a higher refresh rate monitor, I'll tell you some of the settings that you might be able to change to optimize for your setup. But anyway, render resolution at 100. Now sometimes this will be lower automatically. Bump it to 100. It will help. It'll help a lot actually. Aspect ratio automatic. VSync frames I have to go disabled. Custom frame rate limit I do. So I hit square, go to advanced, and I run at 150 cap on that because there's no sense in my system trying to get over that when I only have a 144 hertz monitor. You can obviously adjust this based on your monitor or what you're running. If you're doing VSync with everything set up correctly for VSync, you're going to want to make sure that you set this slightly under what your VSync setting is, because if you don't, your VSync will turn on and off, on and off, on and off the whole time you're playing as you gain and lose frames. So keep that in mind. If you're running VSync, keep this setting slightly lower than what your actual VSync setting is. These I keep low, no sense working the system while you're in menus and things of that nature. Then down here, display gamma, that's just set on, this is what it's set on, I don't change that at all. Now here's where these change a little bit. On the texture resolution, you know, very low you see big difference. Low and normal, they don't look that much different, to be honest. So if you are struggling for frames or you have a really high refresh rate that you're shooting for, this can easily run on low and the game still looks decent. Normal does look a touch better, but nothing crazy, and I kind of wouldn't even recommend running this on high unless you have an absolute beast PC. But I would suggest running this on normal. It just helps the overall performance of the game. This one is the filter anisotropic. Some people run this on low, but I don't need to because I only have a 144 hertz monitor, so really gaining the extra frames doesn't help me. So I might as well have a little bit better look to the game because it's not going to help my frames at all by dropping this. So I run this on normal. If you have a lower speed monitor, you can run this on high just to get a little bit better looking game because you're not really going to cost yourself frames. Particulate quality, I run this on high, not just because it looks better, but for some reason you get better frames, actually, when you run this on high, which is weird. Bullets, impacts, and sprays, I keep that enabled, just because it's just a nice setting to make you feel like you're in depth in the game. It's neat to have on. I like it. It's up to you on this one, though. Tensillation, disabled, for frame rate reasons. This is an important one they added into the game. On-demand texture streaming. It's automatically on, but reading it, I don't like running it. I keep this disabled. It helps a lot with the performance side of the game. Streaming quality on low, and then let's see. Next one is shadow map resolution. I keep this on normal. Same thing here. If you're trying to go for max frames, you can run this on low. It really doesn't affect the way the game looks all that much, and you can pick up some frames, but same thing. I'm at 144 anyway. There's no sense in me losing the way the game looks whenever my monitor has me capped at 144 anyway. Cache spot shadows. and cache sun shadows enabled. That's because this actually lets your system kind of download out I guess it would be download. It lets it puts some of the graphics in a cache before they're needed on screen, so this actually helps with the way that the game runs and looks. Particulate lighting on low. Ambient occlusion, I keep this on disabled. Screen space reflection disabled. Anti-aliasing, I keep that off. Depth of field disabled. Filmic strength, I keep that on max. World motion blur and weapon motion blur, disable this on every game, no matter what. It doesn't matter what game, disable these. Film grain, all the way down. These 3 settings on any game you ever play, keep these off. It will help with your visual, being able to see enemies and things like that so much. But anyway, I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please watch one of the videos on your screen right now. Splitting Wigs out. I'll catch you on the next one.